In 2018, my wife and I moved to Gold Coast for a 1-year working holiday. 3.5 years later, we tore ourselves away from Queensland, and with the arrival of our new baby daughter, decided to spend some time at home in New Zealand. The problem was that due to COVID restrictions, we couldn't return home and our family couldn't visit us. We were stuck, so what were we to do? Well, when our daughter was 3 months old, we set off on a 1-month-long road trip from Gold Coast to the tropical North Queensland city of Cairns. In this series, I'll be sharing the itinerary for the perfect road trip with snippets of the best places to check out along the way. In episode 1, we'll be heading from Gold Coast up to Mackay, including a thrilling detour to Fraser Island. Subscribe to see more from the series, including Whitsundays, best spots in the Cairns region, and an off-the-grid trip to the Daintree rainforest. To my daughter, when you're older and watching this video, don't say I never take you anywhere. First, let's rewind a little bit. I had a completely original idea of taking a trip before our baby was born. The obstetrician referred to this as a baby moon, and apparently it's quite a common thing to do. So for my original idea, we decided to go to Sunshine Coast, 3 hours north of the Gold Coast. There's a theme emerging. The hinterland boasts a number of incredible waterfalls, accessed via easy tracks that range from 30 minutes to several hours. Our favourites were Bundaberg Falls and the 4.7k Condalilla Falls circuit. We were really looking forward to going whale watching, and although August is not the perfect time and the wind all week had been crazy, there were humpbacks about and a potential to spot them. And spot them we did. We were exceptionally lucky to encounter a pod of 3 whales and witness 7 breaches.
Again. Oh my god.
I've been whale watching before in Sri Lanka, and while it was exciting, the whales were a long way away. So before leaving, I picked up a second-hand telephoto lens and committed to having it on my camera. Of course, the whales were right alongside the boat, and I was fumbling with the telescope when I needed a GoPro. That said, I did get one of my favourite wildlife photos shot at 200mm. The best footage here was on the Osmo Pocket, a little gimbal stabilized camera that accounted for the boat's rocking and helped to keep the horizon level. For those prone to seasickness, you're welcome. Further up the coast is the sunny and extremely popular Noosa Heads. Oh hi. Fairy Pools, 3rd time. Tuesday and we got a pup. What? Oops. I've visited Noosa 3 times and intended to do the Fairy Pools walk 3 times. The trouble is that this spot is so popular, I could never find a car park. Just walk in. This is a particularly stunning piece of coastline, and the track takes you from beaches up over cliffs to some epic viewpoints. Look on Google Maps before going so you know when to duck off the trail and catch the 2 saltwater rock pools known as the Fairy Pools.
There we go. I think we're recording. We are at the Fairy Pools.
Getting down to the pools involves clambering over rocks, but my pregnant wife made it look easy. For some real biodiversity, check out Noosa Everglades and Noosa North Shore. The water here is dark brown, almost black. This is because of tannins leaching from the tea trees which grow alongside the river. Trying not to be put off by the catfish, we jumped into the water, which is said to be really good for your skin, and tasted, unsurprisingly, like tea. But that's me behind the water drop. We then opted to canoe back down the river to get a lot closer to the action. Oh, stick to the right. We're headed up to Noosa North Shore to get out on the kayaks to spot dolphins and turtles, as well as hundreds and hundreds of soldier crabs, which corkscrew themselves into the sand.
Oh my god.
He's just a baby.
Come on.
Can I go with you?
Okay, tell me what he's doing. With that, we said goodbye to Sunshine Coast and headed further north. Hervey Bay, not Hervey Bay as someone might very understandably call it, is a lovely seaside town with exceptionally friendly locals. We decided on a last-minute trip to Fraser Island, known as Kagari in the local indigenous language. We booked a private Hummer tour which could accommodate the baby seat. And yes, the bumpy island roads put her to sleep. We headed up the beach to check out the SS Maheno shipwreck. In 1935, while being towed to its new owner in Japan, it came loose in a cyclone and washed ashore on the island. Today it is an inexplicably popular tourist spot. Although we only spent a day on the island, I'm confident in saying that Lake Mackenzie is my favourite spot. This is a closed lake filled with rainwater, and refreshing doesn't come close to describing the feeling of swimming there. But in my lack of eloquence, it was the most refreshing swimming spot I've experienced.
What is it called?
It's a monitor.
A monitor.
Go in a family.
Oh, that's so cool. Whoa.
They'll take on a snake.
Wow, look at it. If I was that, I'd take on a snake. Oh.
We headed back to the mainland and continued northward to Bundaberg. We made our way to the coast to try and find the Elliot Heads rock pools and also check out Barrelin Point. As the sun set, I was able to get drone footage of the dramatic coastline. I'd recommend a stop in the coastal town of 1770. We visited on a very windy day but still found some great swimming spots and sheltered bays. While we didn't stay for sunset, the west-facing beaches would be the place for it. Yippoon near Rockhampton was incredibly busy on the day we visited, so we headed a little farther out to Kemp Beach. There's a nice lookout walk here. Mackay has a not-so-secret rock pool that is easy to access. It isn't signposted, but a quick Google search will give you rough directions, and you can see it from the lookout. It was a nice little spot with a high salt concentration that made it nearly effortless to stay afloat and get these classic drone shots. In the next episode, we continue on to Cairns, checking out Whitsundays and Magnetic Island along the way. I'll see you in the next one.